Yo, what's up? This is your boy Postman, and you're tuned in to Post in a Diary Room. Welcome to Post in a Diary Room. And as you may know, every day is a good day to get a delivery from the Postman. And of course, if this is your very first time tuning in, please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content. But most importantly, please don't laugh at my head. I know it's very big, but yeah, I think now ke batla ba kgone man. I just wanna be, that guy and just enjoy. I'm in my Chiscop era, and yeah, let's just enjoy the review because today I'm reviewing YoungstaCPT's latest project. It comes after the release of two collab projects with his producer, Shaney Jane, and the projects respectively are named Suffer for Beauty as well as Dreams Don't Pay Bills. I found it very surprising to have an artist like Omari Hardwick being featured in this particular project. Well, to be frank, he's not really an unfamiliar face to South African hip hop because he also did make an appearance on Shane Eagle's Green album. I'm not really invested in the kind of music that he makes. His contribution on this particular project is really more of a freestyle. There is no sight of YoungstaCPT. The project actually starts on the second joint, which is Minieta. Yeah, Minieta. I think that's what it's pronounced as. Very high speed tempo type joint with these peppy sounding drums. YoungstaCPT kind of looks back on how far he's come in terms of the rapping. I think in this particular instant, he's just shedding light on things like payola and all the necessary things that people will do or would do to get ahead in terms of like being commercially successful and all those things. But you also need to understand that YoungstaCPT has never actually positioned himself as an artist that cares about the envelope because, I mean, his rap career has always been, I think it's one of the most organic careers that I've ever seen or witnessed in South African hip hop. Around the 50th second mark on the song, I thought the beat just took a very left turn, which left an awkward feeling for my listening experience because I felt that that beat was very awkward in a sense because that bass also was very thick and youngsters vocals kind of got drowned into that bass, or they got like overshadowed because the bass was also a lot louder than his vocals. The song Slim Young in particular is that I actually got to learn about him, a bit about his upbringing, basically reflecting on his school days and how he was a delinquent. He didn't really listen at school and it was just like more of a fucked up kid, to be fair. In the song, he also makes it clear that, yeah, nah, he outsmarted the ones that, he actually outsmarted the rest because they thought he was dumb, but now they can see that he has the brains. But that also is the price that you kind of pay whenever you like a delinquent. Another thing that I actually like about YoungstaCPT is that he doesn't really shy away from South Africa's history, and I think he's one of the few artists who actually get deep in the history that people really don't know about or just don't want to talk about. And I think to even have the courage to take it there with your music, because I think even the title of the song, to like call it Colonize, is very brave of him. Saying, yeah, his plan is to decolonize and then recolonize the streets of Cape Town because a lot of gents out there are seemingly trapped in the life of violence and criminality and all these things just to fend for themselves. And he even makes an example in this particular joint where he's like, there was a time where people were looting and his shops weren't looted because the oaks that were looting, or in like the community kaofela at large, knew that should we loot this man's shops, yeah, he's gonna get caught and he's gonna find you. So he makes it clear in the song. I'm not making this up though. There's another joint here that's titled Face Mask slash Hotman. Aye, that song has a very high tempo. It's like a trap joint. I'm really confused by Youngster in this particular joint because I don't like the song, to be fair. I think the song is very boring. It has a very bad hook. And when you compare it with other performances in this particular project, especially when you think of joints that are also of a high tempo, such as Ispani, which features Loopster, an artist that he also collaborated with on a project titled How to Make It in South Africa. It's a very dope joint, to be fair. I thought it's a very dope joint. I thought it was really interesting to hear an artist like Loopster on a joint with YoungstaCPT, to even have that vernacular texture on this joint. I thought that that flavor was really, really effective because I think this is also a song that would like appeal a lot to the average South African, considering the fact that most South Africans are black, and also particularly the black South Africans living in the Cape, where you look at areas like Khayelitsha, Gugulethu, and all these other areas where this is probably a song that would go up out there because also it's quite relatable in a sense that it talks about Umjita who's just trying to push his spine and who just leaves the house on about 7 and then comes back on about 4. I like the energy that youngster CPT had on this particular joint. I thought it was very high, very rash. And I like the flow changes in this particular joint, and to even maintain that until the very end, the things that he was saying too were in line with what the song was about. Yeah, the second half kicks off with some jazz raps, laid back raps. To me, this felt like a song that was more of youngster paying homage to the people that actually may have influenced him to do this music thing. There's that flow that he channeled, there's that pocket that he channeled where, to me, it sounded like the song Utining or Pro because how the song even starts and how youngster approaches the song, I actually thought that, yeah, it's him probably paying homage to the late Pro Kid. He did tap into a lot of bags in this particular joint, and that's why I'm saying Stop and Go is like your modern melodic type rap, and it's just him telling us that it's like he's in his lover boy bag in this particular joint. Very laid back song, very chilled. I enjoyed the second half of this particular project more than anything. I think the second stint of this particular project was way more powerful, way more direct, because in the song Past the Time, it's actually youngster CPT just really, really rapping. He's cutting in out there, but also with him cutting in, he's just referencing the media slander and also shared his thoughts about how he feels as though the government does absolutely nothing for the arts, which it has been proven to be true over the past couple of years. But he also did prove or did mention how lockdown was quite revealing for South Africans. The only reason why I think this song would land on anyone is because we do have our moments where we feel very, very down. But the key moment here is also when he says you gotta keep going because talent is not enough. This thing is just 10% talent, and then the rest is just determination. To just quickly sum it up, I think the influencer is also like a very deep cut. And he's just telling people, man, just worry about your own. Don't care what other people are doing and what they're doing and all these things. And how now, because he's a musician, he's now also seen as an influencer or a celebrity, whereas all he's ever wanted to do was just to make music. Although I must say, the only issue that I have with this particular project is that it doesn't have replay value, to be fair. It has a lot of skips. It doesn't have much replay value. This is a project that you'll probably bump every once in a while. And again, it's a mixtape. It's nothing deep, nothing too hectic. It's 3T, it's not like 3T. There was a lot of contextual depth, elite rapping, elite storytelling, and concise. And like the pen was still concise, nothing changed. It's just that like there were just a lot of production elements that make this project really, really awful, somewhat awful to listen to. I'm feeling a 6 out of 10 for this particular project. Youngster CPT, 31 years ahead of time, gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Post in the diary room, please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever is necessary to engage with the content, and most importantly, I will see you on the next